Welcome to another episode of Food Fight. We are doing meatball subs today.
Meatball Parms. You know what reminded me of this? Joey Tribbiani is watching Friends and he eats meatball subs on that show all the time. I don't know why I was watching Friends, I was. And I was like, you know what, Chunky, we should do meatball parms. And here we are.
It's a popular show. It's not a weird thing that you're watching Friends. Introduce these three, right?
First one. This is from a place called Parm.
So it better be good, man.
It got pretty solid ratings. It was written about as one of the best meatball subs in New York City. I have a hard time believing it's the best because it's a chain. This is a meatball shop.
Meatball shop.
And this is Ficacio's. This one's heavier than both of them combined.
Have you had any of these before?
I've had the meatball shop a long time ago. It was actually one of my favorite places to go when I got drunk. I thought it was gonna be number one, but then I was reading about Ficacio's and the ratings and how people talk about the sub. It was like God made it.
Baby Jesus came down and touched it. I haven't had any of these, so I can't do predictions because I just don't know.
I'm gonna do predictions. Ficacio's number one because just by the smell is incredibly good. I'm gonna do meatball shop number two because I've known it, I've been there, and it's consistently good ever since I went way back in the day. And then Parm number three because I never had it, but I think the sesame bread looks.
It is interesting to see the sesame bread, and if I had to guess which one I would like more, I'd probably like the one that didn't have sesame bread on it, just because on a meatball sub, it's not something that I'm used to.
I think the meatballs themselves look great, the sauce looks great, the cheese looks well put on together well. I don't know, the bread feels okay.
The bread does feel really good, and everything looks like what it's supposed to be.
Parm.
Let's go.
That's good. I don't like the sesame seed bun. I don't like sesame seed buns unless it's on a burger, but to be honest, this is solid. What do you think?
Everything's great except the sesame seed bun. I
Yeah.
agree with you. I feel like if they just had a regular bun without sesame seeds, it would just...
But they want to be different, right?
Different's good if it's good. I think we both agree that
Yeah.
it's not that great with the sesame seeds on it.
I think everything else is fine about it. The sauce is good. Meatballs have a good blend of spices in it.
Meatballs are delicious, seasoned well, sauce is good. What I like about it is they don't put too much sauce
Yep.
and it starts dripping everywhere, it gets all over your hands. This is like the perfect amount of sauce. What would you rate it out of 5?
I'm gonna give this a 3.5. A very solid 3.5. It doesn't quite meet the 4 standard or the 4.5 or even near the 5 because of the bread. There could be something different about the meatballs and the sauce. It's just very standard to me.
I agree with you. I think it's a 3.5 as well.
What would you do different if you could do it?
The bun is a huge part of it. That honestly brings it from a 5 to a 4. Nothing too unique about it. It feels pretty standard.
Yeah.
But they use really good ingredients, and you can't hate on that. I mean,
No, classic.
overall, yeah, 3.5, not bad. It's still a great sandwich. So let's do meatball sub.
Meatball shop.
Meatball shop.
I'm burping Taco Bell. I had Taco Bell right before this. Just not a healthy person.
This is probably healthier than Taco Bell. So this
Alright.
is what it looks like on the inside. Looks pretty standard.
This feels like a classic meatball sandwich. There's so much sauce. This is what you're talking about. This is drenched in sauce. I mean,
Maybe
the
it-
bread's super soggy because of how the sauce.
Bread's a little soggy. But bread feels nice though. I feel like
Feels
it's gonna
really
be good bread.
Want to try it?
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Kind of disappointed.
Yeah, not that good. Parma is better.
It just doesn't feel as high quality as
No. The meatballs themselves don't feel that high quality. They don't feel that fresh. The sauce itself seems... I can barely taste it. It's like it's there. You know it's there, but it just seems like a jar. It's like they got it out of like a Prego jar. The cheese was melted really well, and you could taste the cheese, and that was the only part that was good about it. Because the bread itself was super soggy.
It's not seasoned as well.
It's not seasoned at all.
Like you said, it tastes a little bit more not homemade. It feels a little bit more manufactured. With Parm, it felt like someone was making the sauce by hand, and they took a good hour and a half to put everything together with the sauce. But it feels a little rushed.
This is very disappointing. I'm gonna give it a 2.
A 2.
The lowest rating I've ever gave anything.
Damn. 2. I don't think it's that bad. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. If it's close to my workplace and it's around the corner, I would still get it once in a while.
But this is disappointing on so many different levels to me. It's like there's a lack of care. It's like they don't believe sandwich making is an art. And when they put it together, they just dump it. And when you dump something, you could just tell this is gonna be a crappy sandwich. I'm really offended by what just happened in my mouth.
Honestly, I didn't think it was that bad. It was decent, but it definitely looks better than it tastes.
So this one is Casio's.
I mean, this feels massive compared to the other two.
This is literally heavier. The cheese is melted to perfection.
But the ratio, it's got like a lot more meatball in it.
Heavier.
Yeah.
Everything
Ready?
about this is heavy.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Let's go.
Okay. It's good, but there's a weird taste to it.
It's in between the other two that we ate.
Yeah, Parm beat this one. Parm, just change your bread. It'd be fantastic.
Like we started off with Parm, that just had really good ingredients to it. But this, I think a little bit too much meatball. Doesn't look like it's seasoned that well.
No, I gotta rinse my mouth out. Okay, I'm literally gonna give this a rating right now. This is my week 3. It is better than a 2.5 because it met all the minimum requirements. Destroyed Meatball Shop because Meatball Shop, I don't know what that was. It was gross.
Have you had any of these before?
I've had the Meatball Shop a long time ago. It was actually one of my favorite places to go when I got drunk. I don't know what you did to that sandwich, but it hurt my feelings.
Meatball Shop, I'll still support you, don't worry.
I believe you had good intentions, but I don't know what you're thinking with the sandwich, and I don't know what the people who are rating the sandwich are thinking, because it's not that great. Because the meatballs were bland. I don't know what seasoning you used. It's just throwing me off. It just it's a weird aftertaste. The sauce itself was poor to standards. I don't know what you're thinking there.
I love how you talk at the sandwich. Like you're like it's like a bad dog.
And I don't know what seasoning you used. It's just throwing me off. It just it's a weird aftertaste.
Like, you're like, because you know it could be better.
It's like I feel like a disappointed parent. Like you know how you send your kid to school and he comes back and he goes, I failed, and then you're like, but I know you can get the A. You were just sitting watching TV and playing video games all day.
Yeah.
And now you're sad you got an F. How is that anyone else's fault but your own?
Wow, you're talking about my childhood way too accurately right now. And just it was a little bland for me. Is it as bland as Meatball Shop? I think they're kind of on par with each other. For me, I'm gonna give it a 2.5. If you had Parm's ingredients with Focaccia's bread, took the best of these two, I think that would be like a 4.5. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to comment below what you guys want to see in future episodes. We're always looking for new ideas, so comment below, let us know. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Peace.